Hi everyone, welcome back to Box Delights and welcome to this PAX Pamir 2nd edition playthrough. Before we get going, a couple of little corrections and a couple of questions to answer. First off, on my last turn I played these two cards. I'd forgotten to refill the market prior to the start of my turn, and I paid for a gift. So I should have refilled the market, and those coins should be here on these cards, not down this end. It doesn't affect what I would have done. I couldn't afford a dominance check, for example. Thanks to Charles Olivier for spotting that one. Second thing, I made a note last time about ruling a region and Wakan's rules. I had a quick chat with Cole Worley last night, and yeah, although the rule as written is more elegant, we agree that the original rule is more playable. So call it an official errata. I've updated the official errata. I'll put a link in the description below for the game. So yeah, play it this way. That's our recommended way to play. We had a question from Dilip Tak about one of the games that inspired the way I designed Wakan's AI, Conflict of Heroes, and it was pointed out that John Butterfield had a hand in those solo rules, and in fact he may have been the main protagonist of those solo rules. Butterfield is a great proponent and designer of solitaire games. This is RAF Battle of Britain, for example, which has same kind of AI cards that, you know, drive decisions in the game. Another of Butterfield's games recently is Space Corp. Look out for that one. That's awesome, really good. Maybe that's the game I'll show you as well. That's this one. That's a great looking game. Lots of deck building in this as well. And again, you've got cards that decide or drive the AI like this. Okay, another Butterfield game, D-Day at I'm digressing. D-Day at Omaha Beach. Again, Butterfield used AI cards with decisions that are impacted by the game state, and I think that's the important thing. The state of the board should dictate what goes on when they make decisions. So John Butterfield, great solo designer. If you like playing Wakan, maybe go check out Butterfield's designs. Jeremy asks, what period in history is this set? This is early 19th century, 1800s, after the fall of the Durrani Empire. Western historians often call this period the Great Game, when all these different powers were using Central Asia as a theatre for their own rivalries. It was a double-sided coin, though. The game sees this from the perspective of the Afghans, who sought to manipulate these interloping foreigners, the Ferengi, for their own purposes. So there you go. I think we've covered off some of the points from last time, and we've just revealed our first dominance check. And this is what the game's all about. Dominance check. We're going to check to see if one of these coalitions has dominance. This means one of these powers, the Russians, the Afghan, the British, have 4 more blocks out on the board than anyone else. And this little tray helps you see that. I mean, immediately we can see that the British are currently dominant. They have 4 more blocks out than the Russians, 5 than the Afghans. Points are awarded based on there being a dominant coalition. If you have the most influence in that dominant coalition, then you get the most points. If no coalition is dominant, then instead we look and just count number of cylinders out. That's why these cylinders are significant. Okay, so we award points. There's a summary of here of how points are awarded. We'll look at that when the time comes. And then after a dominance check, if you're at least 4 points ahead than your next opponent, then the game immediately ends and the victory is declared. And that's why you don't really know how many dominance checks are going to appear before the game ends. In the solo game, Wakan will always have influences, so it's always going to score some points. So you can't win after just the first dominance check. We're always going to go at least to the second. It's Wakan's turn now, and let's see what she does. Her behaviour is altered slightly. With a dominance check in the market, if she can afford to purchase it, then a rule called Wakan's Ambition says she will purchase it if it gives her the most points, if it gives her a victory. Okay, a draw is not good enough. She wants most. She wants more. Subtle language, but that's the way it works. She can't afford the dominance check, so Wakan's Ambition doesn't apply anyway. So we just default back to the regular AI card. We've already established the British have dominance, so the first one doesn't apply if no coalition has dominance. Next, battle on the highest priority court card, where Wakan has spies. She doesn't have spies out. So we drop down to the radicalise action. Now the radicalise action is also slightly changed. This only applies to the default radicalise, okay, this vanilla flavour. She's trying to get influence in the dominant faction right now. She's got 1 rupee, so that influences what she can afford in the market. She can afford any one of these 4 cards. So these are all candidate cards. And she's looking for patriots loyal to the dominant coalition, which there happens to be one, the Army of Indus. So that's what she's going to buy, to give herself more influence in the British. That's her first action. It says we're going to place it to the right. No one's controlling the Punjab, so she doesn't have to pay a bribe. This is going to place 3 armies in the Punjab. Now, although these are pink, remember, she's going to place armies based on her pragmatic loyalty. So actually, the Army of the Indus is going to change that dominant situation, because her pragmatic loyalty is Afghan. She's now removed British dominance. Okay, they're only 2 ahead of the Afghans now. Well, this is really how Wakhan shakes things up. She's messed with the dominance. She couldn't steal victory, so she's messed with it instead. Alright, now we've done the radicalised. That's first action. If actions remain, a second action remains, we loop back to the top. And of course, now we can do the first action. If no coalition has dominance, it doesn't. Radicalise the card that would place the most spies and or tribes. The most spies and or tribes. Again, she's got 1 rupee, so we're looking here in these 4. She could take this one, or this one. Most spies are tribes. This one places 1 spy, this one places 1 tribe. The cheapest is this one. And when there's a tie, when you're radicalising with the special instructions, just take the cheapest that fulfills the desire. Right, so she's taking Abbas Mirza and grabbing 1 rupee. Again, this one's going to go to the right. And her court is getting bigger. This one places a tribe and an army in Persia. No one controls Persia, but she's about to. A tribe in Persia, she grabs control, and an army, pragmatic loyalty, is Afghan. Okay, so she's removed the dominance of the British, which is a shame for us because we are loyal to the British. Unless we're really helping out, Wakhan will tend to have no coalition dominance and instead just distribute things like this. But that's where we can manipulate things, you see, because now we can use our armies to try and take out these Afghan ones, or maybe if we can place 3 more blocks on our turn and get the British dominant again, then that's another way, a path to victory. At the moment she's quite a long way ahead in cylinders out on the board, all these tribes. She loves having 2 tribes in places. That's really strong, so maybe we have to do some battling. Right, that's her 2 actions complete. The favoured suit is intelligence. She doesn't have any. Let's just quickly check her court size. She's really doing strong here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purple stars. 5 plus the default 3 is 8. So she's well below, 2 cards below. She's got 6 cards. Yeah, her court is growing. Well played, Wakhan. It might have made for more opportunities if the British had stayed dominant, with the dominance check moving down. We got 2 rupees, so no, we couldn't have bought it. We do have, yeah, we don't have a tax action, so we can't purchase dominance yet either. But we've got to be careful because with 2 rupees, this is moving closer. Wow, this is tough. I like this. I don't want him getting this, but at the same time, I do need to get a few more cylinders out. This Charles Stoddart. Let's take this. I'm tempted by this, but that's going to move this one closer and make it more affordable for her, unless she spends all her money on radicalising, I guess. I've kind of got to hope she does. I don't have any tribes out, this is the trouble, so I'm going the spies route at the moment. I like this because it's got the move action on it as well, and we're in the favoured suit, so that would be a free action. The spy would have to go here. I want to get it here, so I'm going to put it... Let's do this as my second action. Let's get this down. Do I spend more money and get another gift out? It's going to cost me... No, it's going to cost me 4. I've only got 3. I could do the move action here, that's free. It's only a rank 1 move. Move it round here. I could betray with 2. Or I could wait next turn, move it again, and then betray. See, this is why rank 2 moves, higher rank moves are just brilliant. I think that's my free action, to move up to the Baluchi chiefs. I could betray them now and remove a rank 1. You've got to look out for the Overthrow Rule as well. Let's quickly look at that. If you lose the last political card in your court associated with a region, then you also lose the tribes in that region. Unfortunately, she's got 2 Kandahars. So even if I betray this one, it's not going to overthrow because of this one. But if I move in here and overthrow Herat, she would also lose those 2 tribes, which puts us level. Oh no, I'd lose 1 spy. But I'm closer, I'm reducing her majority. So I like that better. I'm going to wait. Yeah, this is what we're doing. We're waiting. We're going to leave a spy here. We're going to try and move it round to Herat, to Yar Muhammad, and try and get rid of that. She's got 2 rupees. She's going to get 1 more this time. 3. That's still not enough to buy the dominance check. So Wakan's ambition is still not fulfilled. So first action is to build. She does have money. She can build. She rules in 3 locations. So she's going to build in the leftmost one she rules, which is Kandahar. So she's increasing her control of Kandahar. She's got 2 rupees to spend, which is kind of good because that pushes her away from dominance. So she's going to build 1 army. It's going to be yellow, so Russian, in Kandahar. Kandahar looks like a key state right now, doesn't it? She does have a number of build actions. We just got to figure out which card she's used. She's always going to use the highest priority. So we just have a look. What's the priority? Matches favours suit. No. Patriot of dominant coalition. There is no dominant coalition. Has a prize that matches the dominant coalition. She's going to use patriots first. So she's using this action here. That's important because you can't use the same card more than once in a turn. At next move, she does have move actions. She's got 2. So this time it would be this card, a rank 3 move, if she had armies to move. Remember, she's yellow. She's looking for regions where I have tribes to try and move her armies into. So there aren't any, so she's not going to move. So skip down. The next one is radicalize, and with a dominance check in the market and no coalition dominance, this changes her logic again. So she's not looking for patriots of the dominant coalition this time because there is no dominant coalition. Instead, she's looking for the card with the most spies and tribes. Now, given she has no money, the card that's going to place the most spies and tribes is going to be only those in the 0 spot. Now, this one's quite interesting. It's a sneaky bit of logic, really. Because there's 0 here, so 0 is the most, she's going to buy 1 of these. Rather than using the AI card, she's just going to choose, because they're both equals, the rules say just pick the card with the highest number, which means if there's an event here, she's going to grab the event, which really can help Wakan. So let's see what she does. She's going to buy the Pashtunwali values. It says, choose a suit to favour. All favoured suit change impact icons are ignored until the next dominance check. She always chooses the currently favoured suit, so she's choosing intelligence. So in this case, actually, all she said is we can't change the can't change the favoured suit anymore until after the next dominance check. It is going to stick at blue. So it doesn't help Wakan, but it also means we can't use that to our advantage as it goes. We're quite happy with blue, so that's worked out just fine. She doesn't have any free actions. Nothing more for her to do. Back to me. She has grabbed some coins though, and I must admit Wakan was a little bit stuck there. Now I do want to move my spy and do that betray. And those are going to be free actions. I'm quite keen to see that happen straight away and see how that turns out. Interestingly though, there's riots in Herat. If we look at this event card, it says riots in Herat. If it's discarded, which it will be, it says remove all tribes and armies in Herat. So these are going to go anyway, despite the overthrow. Oh man, maybe I should have gone for Kandahar. Can I put another spy in Kandahar? I don't think I can. I can pay the bribe. There's Sir John Keane up here. Sir John Keane is a British patriot. Placing an army has a battle action. Your armies may move without a road. Super for me. If I can get more cylinders out, that dominance check becomes more valuable. The problem is, oh hang on, look at these spies in Kabul. Yeah, I need political cards as well because my court size is so crummy. So do I need Muhammad Shah? Let's do my free actions first before we get into a pickle. So let's do that one. Remember, we're in intelligence is the favoured suit, so this move action is free. Then we can betray. That's going to cost 2. Betray this one. This goes back to my player board. This gets discarded, which means these go too because of the overthrow rule. Right, so that's free actions. Okay, we've still got this one here. So I could... Right, this will all shuffle up. I've only got 1 rupee left, so I'd like some more money. He's lost control of Herat now, hasn't he? Right, he's still ahead by 1 cylinder, and I've only got 1 rupee. Nationalism doesn't really help me. We could battle using the Bengal native infantry. We're British and there's lots of British armies here, so let's do this as our action. Let's use the Bengal native infantry that's loyal to me. I'm British. For the sake of battles, we use her pragmatic loyalty, which is yellow, Russian. This is a rank 1 battle. Okay, rank 1, 1 star. We can take out one of her tribes or this Russian army. So let's use our army and take out one of her tribes. Yes, that's what we'll do. Now we've evened things up. 2 cylinders, 2 cylinders. Alright, I'm happy. I think we've got 1 action left because we've done 2 free actions. We've battled. Why don't we then take this? Take this. I don't want to switch to Russian, do I? I might just take this one. Let's do this. Right, that goes to my hand. This gets discarded. And if discarded, remove all tribes and armies in Herat. There are none. This rupee stays here. This moves down and gets 2. I've got my eye on Muhammad Shah, as has Wakhan, undoubtedly. And we're back to Wakhan's turn. Should we do one more? I can feel the tension of this dominance check mounting. Okay, she's got 1 rupee. She can't buy the dominance card, so Wakhan's ambition is irrelevant, so she's got to move. We've got no tribes on the board, so she's not going to move. We do have a battle. She has a battle action. It's a rank 1. Her pragmatic loyalty is relevant now. It's yellow, because we're British. She has yellow armies in Kandahar. She's looking for a region where we have pieces. That's tribes and loyal armies and roads. Okay, so Punjab or Kandahar. And she has to have at least 1 army. So we're here in Kandahar. Once we've established the region, she's going to try and destroy tribes, then none, then armies, then roads, in that order. So with a rank 1 battle, she's going to remove this 1 British army. Interestingly, that could affect her control, but no, she's still in control. The most numerous coalition here is, they're both 2, plus her 1 tribe, means she still rules. But she is impacting our ability as British to have a dominant coalition. That's what she's trying to do. Okay, that's first action. Second action, radicalise. And once more she's looking for spies and tribes, being that there's a dominance card here and there's no dominant coalition. And the bad news here, folks, is, yeah, the one with the most that she can afford, there's 1 here, 3 here, is Mohan Lal. So she's taking this one, and she's finally got herself an intelligence card and 2 more rupees. That's going to go to the right of her court. She's now got 3 rupees and access to a free action. This has an effect as well. Your spies cannot be removed in battles with other spies. Ah, nasty. Okay, so she's got 3 spies to place, which is, wow. Yep, she's really fighting the fight, isn't she? And she's going to place them in Kabul. And there's 2 Kabul cards. There's the one she's just played and Charles Stoddart over here. She's going to go in priority order first. So opponent's card first. Bang. If she's got most spies, then that immediately drops off the priority. So next, here. Now we go back to priority again, because they both have the same number of Bakan spies. It's Stoddart again. That's her 2 actions. She's battled and radicalised. She does have a move as a free action, but she doesn't move spies, and she only moves to regions where we have tribes. So as everything stands, that's it. She's done. Okay. Back to me. And it's an event card. Confidence failure, other persuasive methods. I think we're in trouble. She's got 3 rupees. 1, 2, 3, and then if she takes the top, if she takes this one or this one, she's going to get another rupee and then claim dominance and then win. It's unlikely I can get 4 more British tribes out. I don't have any rupees. I have Sir John Keane, which has a battle action. I do want to increase my court size. So Muhammad Shah, if I take Muhammad Shah, then for sure. Yeah. Man, I think she's now. Shoot. Yeah, I think she's outfoxed me. I can't use my move action here because it's held hostage and I haven't got any money to bribe with. She controls Kandahar as well. Oh my goodness. I'm not quite sure what to do here. If I take and play this, then my court size is increased, so that's a good thing to do. If I take and play this, I'll switch loyalties, which means I lose my gift. I can't play this yet because she rules Kandahar, which is messing me up. And I haven't got any money, I need to pay the bribe. But if I take the battle action, it's a rank 1, using my 2 British armies to remove this tribe, now she no longer rules Kandahar, because she's got no tribes here. Now as my second action I can play Sir John Keane, which puts a pink army in Kandahar. I'm over my court size, so I have to discard a card. I'm going to discard this one, Charles Stoddart, which puts those back. And now we're level. 2, 2. The other reason why this is good is because the overthrow rule works in reverse. If you remove the last tribe from a region, they lose those political cards from their court, like the Baluchi chiefs here, and Barakzai Sardars. Not the fruit markets, they're Kandahar, but they're not political. So they lose 2 cards. Yeah, we've done some proper damage. They're still okay with their court size. They've got 1 star. They're at the maximum now, 3 + 1, 4. Oh, and also, Barakzai was leveraged, which means they need to, those 2 rupees that they gained from the leveraged impact icon, these scales, it's got little 2 circles here, they need to go back to the bank, and they do have them, so she has got them. She's going to lose 2 rupees, which is going to put that dominance check a little bit further out of reach for her. Alright, join me next time then as we see what happens in this tense engagement with Wakan.